After almost 2 years of the car sitting in the driveway, I finally got it started and running.
At the time, I had an old battery in the car. It went dead, and I was unable to move it when a flood came. It was a very quick flood. It had rained very heavily in the early morning. Everything had cleared up, but towards the afternoon, the flood water came. At the time, I didn't have too much time to work on the car. Basically, it just sat in the driveway for 2 years. The flood happened in August 2020. The motor that's in the SI is a dual overhead cam JDM, rated at 130 horses. I'm glad everything worked out fine and the engine started after changing all the fluids. I also changed the alternator and the starter. Both of the parts were very old. This car is still a work in progress for me since the engine is running fine. My next repair item on the list should be painting the car. The original paint has started to fade and crack. After the paint job, I'll do some more engine work. Everything still works fine. It doesn't have any problems going into gear, and it's very smooth now. I'm running the HKS Sport exhaust setup. It's very quiet. A little bit of a deep tone versus the OEM exhaust. I also dropped the car with springs and shocks, about 1.5 inches. My HKS exhaust sound. This exhaust sounds great, and let's take it for a ride. Driving this car feels like a go-kart. You're sitting very low to the ground. Very tight handling around the curves. Of course, there's no power steering in this car. Hopefully I'll have more time to spend on this car. And thanks for joining me on this ride of the 1990 Honda Civic Si.